In the vast, intricate ecosystem of the automotive world, a new marvel has emerged. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of the Launch 431 Pro Elite, a diagnostic tool of unparalleled sophistication. Crafted with precision, the Launch 431 Pro Elite is a testament to human ingenuity and technological advancement. Its robust design, coupled with an intuitive interface, stands as a beacon for both professional mechanics and automotive enthusiasts. Beneath its elegant exterior lies a powerful processor capable of handling complex diagnostic tasks with remarkable speed and efficiency. This device is not just a tool, it is an extension of the modern mechanic's skill set, enhancing their ability to diagnose and resolve issues with unparalleled accuracy. In the hands of a skilled technician, the Launch 431 Pro Elite becomes more than just a diagnostic tool. It is a key to unlocking the mysteries of modern automobiles, a companion on the journey to automotive mastery. The Launch 431 Pro Elite stands as a symbol of progress and precision, a true marvel of our time, ready to explore the complexities of the mechanical world.
Well, that's enough of that nonsense. Here we have the Launch X431 Pro Elite. I will just put a little bit up on the screen, show you what you get in the box. This is probably aimed more at the mechanic or the very, very serious car enthusiast. I'm just getting it out of the box now. Obviously, you'll be watching the what you get in the box. There are a couple of other adapters, power adapters. Comes in a nice case, very sturdy, nice clunky clicks on the old catches and everything, and there we have it. It's a nice big tablet. Now what I'm going to do, it's covered in fingerprints, is I'm going to plug it into the Range Rover, see if it auto detects it. I've updated all the software on it, but it's a nice big screen, and of course it's got this thing on the back, so you can sort of hang it over your steering wheel. Do you like this? Now, I think this was from one of my other channels, Mad Dog Air Guns. I got selected for the High Five club, or whatever it is, I've no idea. It said in the email, I can't remember what it did say now. It'll come to me in a minute. It said something like, a select few YouTubers in France have been picked out to become part of the High Five, and that's all it said. And they send you different offers. So they sent me a voucher for Starbucks. Never been in a Starbucks in my bloody life. Claimed some merchandise. So I did that. I thought I was going to have to pay for it. Went through the thing, filled all my details in. It says, right, it's on its way to you. There's only 1,000 of these available for the whole of France, and I got one, so thanks YouTube. And there was something else on there about having a content creator meet-up with a load of other people. Well, it's all very well, but they'll all be French, and I don't speak very good French. So anyway, back to the video. Gonna plug this in the Range Rover. This screen records, so I've not got to hold it with my phone and trying to use it with one hand. So I can record the screen, I'll bring it up on the computer and I'll just do a bit of voiceover, talk you through what I'm selecting. And we've got the Renault mascot out here, so I'm going to plug it into that as well and see what comes up, basically. So we'll catch you in the car. So I plugged it into the Range Rover. It's going to scan the VIN and it's going to pop up. There we go. Range Rover it is. So it goes through all these things, and then we're just going to select yes. I already know that there's some faults on the Range Rover. There's some historic faults and there's some faults that have just come up recently. We shall see those very soon. It's just scanning the system. A lot of these is just lost communication with the CAN bus, all that kind of thing. But there is one here which is an actual fault. I'm just scrolling through it. As you can see, it's just silly things. Lost communication with the park brake control module. If you have actually got internet connection, you can go in and it will sort of point you to what the fault is on your particular car. I haven't got Wi-Fi up in the garage, so it's just throws up a code and sort of tells you what it is, basically. Now, a lot of these audio faults, you clear them, they go away, and then they come back as and when. So at this point, I had to start the engine. Just tells me that there's a speaker circuit fault. I mean, it all works. You know, there's nothing wrong with the stereo system in the car. So you can just click the help button and it brings up sort of what it thinks it could be. You know. So here we're just clearing all the codes and seeing which code comes back. And I know which one it's going to be because it stopped working. Lost communication with parking assist control module. The parking sensors have stopped working. Now I think I've got to look at it in the boot. There is a common fault on them where water can get into it and corrode terminals, that kind of thing. So I've got to have a look at that. But then you can just bring up, it's standard stuff. This is just vehicle information. You can go through, see what's fitted, special functions, all that kind of thing. So this is the special functions that you can do on this particular Range Rover. And you can go in and out of these and see what's what. So, you know, this is odometer calibration, running board control module, all that kind of thing. This is, you know, I've just gone into I've pressed the I button and it says currently the network's not available. I haven't got internet in the garage. So all this is special functions on the Range Rover, you know, and if your car hasn't got the function, it'll just say not applicable. Suspension calibration, deflation, all that kind of thing. So yeah, it is a very powerful tool. And I say, so far I've only plugged it into the Range Rover, so you know, all good stuff. Brings up your ECU, you know, all your data, this, that and the other. And then we can bring up live readings. This is always good if you want to do like data testing. So we're going to go for boost pressure, bank 1, bank 2. Obviously I had a little bit of trouble with restricted performance on the turbos side of things, or the code showed boost pressure out of range or whatever. So you can bring up a graph. This is bank 1. I can't remember which side bank 1 is now. I did know. So this is bank 1 and bank 2, and you can see they're both sitting at you know, pretty much the same. Touch wood, I've not had that fault come back up, and I think in a minute here we'll see. I was blipping the throttle, here we go, and they seem to be within range. They're both sort of up and down together, staying about the same. So, you know, hopefully that's all good sign. So here we're going to just check the cylinder balancing offset for all 8 injectors. I don't know, on some of them it says fuel corrections, this one says balancing offset. All 8 are pretty much bang on the same. So I'm hoping that that basically means all 8 injectors are still good and working well. Let me know in the comments if I've got that wrong. So here I'm just holding it up at about 1500 RPM. And they're all bang on. So this is just all the modules on the car. You know, there's so many things you can do within each module. And these are all, I don't know if these are actuation tests. So yeah. Just I don't know why I did that. I just pressed health report again. It's going to come up again with the parking control module, as predicted. Lost communication with parking control module. I will have a look at that, see what's happening in the back of the car. I mean, yeah, if I press the help info, it just gives you a quick rundown of what it thinks it is. And then we can come back out of it. And that is the Range Rover. So I believe this is when I plugged it into the Renault Mascot. Now, the Renault Mascot isn't actually on the system, so you have to trick the tool to think that it is a Renault Master with the same engine. So I've just selected it. I'm going to go through and manually select and just go down to Renault Master. I think it was rear-wheel drive phase 3, and then here we go. It's scanning for codes. There is definitely some codes on this truck, and we've got it in the workshop for repair. So you can see rail pressure sensor, air temperature sensor, airflow sensor, brake information connection fault, ABS fault. The ABS fault does clear, so we're clear of the codes, and we've still got rail pressure sensor, air temperature sensor, airflow sensor. Now the rail pressure sensor, we have fitted a new one, so these are the codes that it brings up, and you can hit code search for access to the internet, and it will sort of bring up what Google tells you, and obviously it gives you all the numbers and everything. So yeah, the Mascot has got some issues, but yeah, we're working through them. We'll go through and just do some live data readings. I can't remember what I selected. Keep scrolling. Fuel correction. Now this will tell you if your injectors are worn out. All the numbers are all over the place. Now I think that I have coded the injectors wrong. Nearly all Renaults cylinder 1 is gearbox end, cylinder 4 is timing chain, timing belt end. Apart from the Renault Mascot, it goes 1 to 4 from front to back, because obviously the engine's in longitudinally. I might have coded them wrong, but this is the rail pressure, and that is up and down like a yo-yo. This is at idle speed, and it drops down to 200 and then back up to 400 bar, which is quite a significant up and down. So we're in the process of changing the high pressure fuel pump and the fuel pressure regulator. This is when I took the revs up, and it's still fluctuating up and down, but at idle speed it is quite noticeable. And that's it. All good stuff. So as I said previously, this is pretty much aimed at mechanics that are going to be using it and obviously benefiting from all the functions. So you want to be using this if you're earning money at using it, or you're a serious car enthusiast and you've got a collection of cars. This will read all makes, all models, all modules. There's no limitations on modules. Updates are free for 2 years, and then you've got to obviously subscribe to launch. It doesn't stop working. This is a big misconception of all these scan tools. People say, oh, well, after the 2-year free period, you just can't update any new software. So once your 2 years runs out, if you don't subscribe, you'll still, as long as you update it like the day before it runs out, you'll be right up to date to then. You just won't be able to update it for like newer models or anything like that. But if you're using this for work and you're earning money out of it, it's probably worth subscribing. There are a lot of add-ons to this as well. As you saw in the menu, there's a tyre pressure monitor, oscilloscopes, all different things that you can attach to this to do other various things on cars. So it is a very, very powerful tool. It's a lot of bi-directional on it, so you can, you know, as I showed you with the Range Rover, you've got all the actuation tests where you can switch things on and off via the scan tool. So you know, if something has stopped working, you can potentially see if it operates using this. If it doesn't work at all, it's likely the module that's gone wrong. If this does trigger it to work, it's likely the switch or the wire in between the two. So it's a very, very powerful bit of kit. I'll put a link in the description. There might be a discount, I'm not sure. That will all be in the description below. But yeah, another good bit of kit from Launch. Now, the only downside to it is it's wired, whereas the Topdon RT-Diag 900, which I use, is Bluetooth, and the gap tool is Bluetooth. I think you can get an extension cable, so if you want to do something under the bonnet, you can have this plugged in your OBD socket and run a cable round, so you can do actuation tests under the bonnet and you can watch what's going on, this kind of thing. It's not ideal, but it's doable. A lot of these professional scan tools are wired for whatever reason. Yeah, now the last one of these, the X431 CRP 919E, I believe it was, they've brought that out as a Bluetooth version now, but obviously this is the Pro Elite. It's a little bit more powerful, it's got more functions, and it's wired, but that's the only downside that I can see. Nice big screen, it's as clear as you like, it's Android based, and it works really, really well. There's no lag when you're touching the screen, and it pretty much, you know, when you touch something on the screen, you've not got to sort of, you hit the symbol and it works. So it is pretty good, and it's fast. There's no lag or anything like that. And you can get on the internet. Now obviously here in Ben's garage we don't have the internet up here, so if I want to do any updates, I've got to take it back to the house. If I bring up a fault, you can then go into like the help section, which will take you to Google, and it will bring up fault codes and then basically tell you what is wrong with your car. It's got all the trouble codes in here, so it does pretty much tell you what's wrong with the car, but it will then bring up how to fix it basically on the internet. So yeah, all in all, good bit of kit. Well presented, nice sturdy case. As I say, it's not for the amateur. It's if you're working in a garage and you want a nice scan tool, this would probably suit you. I say if you're a car enthusiast, you've got a collection of cars, or you do a lot of work on other people's cars as a sideline sort of thing, this would be absolutely spot on. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll probably catch you in the next one. Bye for now.